Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Jaeger-LeCoultre. Today, I'll be your guide to the Jaeger-LeCoultre Duomètre Quantième Lunaire. You can see this 42mm pink gold dual wing complication and the entire Jaeger-LeCoultre family of model lines on our website, govbergwatches.com. Originally released in 2007 as an homage to an 1880s minute-repeating pocket watch constructed by the manufacturer in Le Sentier, the Duomètre concept expanded in 2010 to include both the celestial complication, moon phase and age of the moon, and a date indicator. Integrating this into the dual-wing concept, Jaeger-LeCoultre has created a watch whose sole focus is chronometry. Externally, the watch pays immediate homage to the pocket watch era with a case that is deep and finely finished. Its substantial profile features contrasting metallic finish to articulate and animate it. High polish as well as satin brushed metallic brings out the richness of the underlying 18-karat pink gold. Surprise and delight features abound, including the subtle curvature of the date corrector pusher and the fine hand-laid bevel across the flanks of the lugs. The watch is dominated by its dial, and to this effect, a small, narrow strip of pink gold, a bezel that's effectively a pink gold halo, accentuates the size of the dial and the visibility of its complications and decorations. A stepped seconds track outboard allows precise timing of increments as small as 1 second, but even this isn't sufficient for a watch dedicated to chronometry, as a 1/6 of a second foudroyant or flying seconds indicator times down to 1/6 of a second at 6 o'clock. The dial features elaborate decoration. A beautiful silver grain tops the use of guilloche both for the sake of skeletonization at the bottom of the dial and changes of plane within the sub-registers, including changes of plane within concentric circles of the hours, minutes, age of the moon, moon phase, and date indication. Flanking the flying seconds are the power reserve indicators of the caliber 381, each one portraying 50 hours of power reserve when fully wound. The one to the left of the camera features power for the regulating organ of the watch, and the one to the right powers all of the indications of the dial: hours, minutes, seconds, flying seconds, age of the moon, and date. As per the precedent of the 1880s minute-repeating pocket watch that inspired the dual-wing concept, two mainspring barrels power two separate and parallel drivetrains, switched by a single regulating organ. The regulating organ, beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, can count on the power of the second mainspring barrel, such that the drain from the time-telling and celestial functions of the watch will not affect the amplitude or isochronism of the balance. As chronometry is the goal, it's important that the watch be capable of setting to exceptionally precise tolerances. When the crown is pulled to the first stop, the flying seconds indicator halts. When the crown is pulled to the second stop, a hammer falls on the center wheel of the movement and precisely synchronizes the watch such that it can now be set exactly to the minute against a known accurate reference time, such as an atomic clock. Significantly, the balance continues to oscillate throughout this process, so while the watch can be set precisely, it doesn't suffer the pitfall of conventional hacking seconds, which will stop the balance and interrupt the timing precision of a watch. Once the watch has been precisely set, returning the crown resumes the advance of seconds and flying seconds. The caliber 381 movement has been designed specifically to recall its 1880s predecessor, but it features modern standards of luxury technology, fit, and finish. The free-sprung balance sits at the center of a unique Côte de Soleil pattern across the bridges. Radiating out, its rayons decorate all of the bridges in a dramatic fashion, splaying out as they approach the flanks of the movement. Moreover, this 42-jewel, 374-part caliber respects all of the finishing standards of the valet de jeu, including beautiful rounded anglage about the edges of the bridges, heat-oxidized cobalt-blued screws for assembly, and a tight and even perlage pattern across the base plate. In yet another nod to the pocket watch era, all of the bridges and plates are constructed of German silver or micourt, an alloy of nickel, copper, and zinc that's untreated, unlike silvered rhodium-plated brass. This material has a honey gold color that becomes more intense over time. You can see the Jaeger-LeCoultre Duomètre Quantième Lunaire and the entire Jaeger-LeCoultre family of model lines on our website, govbergwatches.com.